Congress hearing from 3 key witnesses this week, with none of them reportedly delivering what Democrats had hoped for. But there are more interviews and depositions coming next week. So what is the state of play with impeachment and the inquiry tonight? Democratic strategist Kevin Walling and former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi join us to talk about that. Welcome to you both.
Hey, Shannon, good to see you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Great to have you guys. Okay, so listen. There is this letter that's allegedly going from the White House, from President Trump to the Speaker on Monday to say, listen, I'm not going to comply with any of your stuff unless you hold a vote. You hold the vote, then we have an official inquiry and we'll see what happens. In a letter tonight from 3 of the top House Democrat chairs sending a subpoena request to the White House, they said this about the Speaker, said Speaker Pelosi has confirmed that an impeachment inquiry is underway and it is not for the White House to say otherwise. Pam?
Okay, so first of all, they don't want to take it to a vote. Clearly, Nancy Pelosi doesn't, because every Democrat's going to have to vote for impeachment. And you know what? They're going to lose the election, their elections, when they do that. So to explain really the law, yes, Congress has the power to subpoena. Let me make myself very clear. As a former law enforcement officer, chief legal officer of the state of Florida, and law enforcement, they are not a law enforcement agency. They can issue subpoenas, but they cannot go on a fishing expedition trying to impeach a president. And what Tlaib said, I mean, you can't even quote it. It's so disgusting. We're going to impeach the MFer about the president. Outrageous. Can't do it. So I'm proud of the president for saying that. They should not comply. They do not have to comply. These people cannot come in here and make Mick Mulvaney, make A.G. Barr, make them come in under subpoenas. First of all, they have executive power not to come in, and then say they're going to throw them in jail. This is crazy. What is our country coming to?
Well, I mean,
and
Kevin,
so yes, they don't have to comply, and I'm so proud of the president for saying that today.
Kevin, I've asked that same question many times this week. What has we've come to this place? It is a unique place. We live in interesting times, as they say. In a piece in the American Thinker blog yesterday, the Dems are doomed. They write, Democrats are proceeding full force with impeachment, and it couldn't be better for the president. If the economy didn't seal it for the, quote, on-the-fence soccer moms, the humiliation of Democrats cannibalizing themselves with impeachment would flip voters like clockwork. Kevin, I'm guessing you disagree.
I disagree. Well, Shannon, I can't believe the former Attorney General of Florida, Pam, is telling us that that this administration should not comply with a subpoena issued by Congress. We have checks and balances in this country. Congress is going about its business and has a right, as the first branch of government, to these documents if they follow the procedures put in place. And the fact that Pam is saying this White House is in the right for obstruction of Congress, that was one of the articles filed against Richard Nixon for not complying with subpoenas from Congress. So, you know, we have checks and balances in this country, and Republicans and Democrats on Capitol Hill are entitled to these documents once they're subpoenaed.
Well, and as for the subpoena coming from those House Democratic chairs tonight, they also said this in their letter, that this is all the president's fault. They said, we deeply regret that President Trump has put us and the nation in this position, but his actions have left us with no choice but to issue this subpoena. Pam?
Yeah, and Kevin, by the way, I respect you. I love that you're all about bipartisan support, which you and I both wish we had more of. And I love your no labels, by the way. But here, truly, as a career practicing attorney for almost 30 years, this is why they don't want to take it to a vote. This is a fishing expedition. To compare this to Nixon is completely inaccurate.
Just the obstruction of Congress part.
Let me finish. The president has done nothing wrong. Look at what they did with Mueller. You agree. There is nothing there. Now they're coming after him with Ukraine. And who should be looking at the Ukraine? About Joe Biden and about Hunter Biden. Yet they're issuing just these random subpoenas, and according to Tlaib, which I know you're not going to agree with what that woman said about throwing them all in jail. I know. Throwing them all in jail, and that you're going to drag the Attorney General of the United States of America, Bill Barr, into Congress, and you're going to arrest him.
He's got to come back from overseas right now. He's got to come back from overseas right now.
We're about out of time, so quick final word to you, Kevin.
The process needs to play out. It's very early on. A majority of Americans support this inquiry going forward. They don't necessarily support impeachment of this president. I don't at this point either as a reasonable Democrat. But we need to have this investigation move forward.
All right, Kevin and Pam, you guys may get together, I don't know, have tea over the weekend, but it's great to have you with us tonight.
We're going to have drinks.
Okay, have drinks.
It's the weekend.
Strong tea. All right, thank you both.
Thank you.
Good night.